coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. For the Bears, it's 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 43 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on first down. Strong. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Thomas. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taken right around the 44. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mention that to the coaches, that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get help. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Point after here coming up. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. To throw is Thomas, throwing after the interception. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Strong. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now the try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Thomas. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On 2nd and 7, Thomas. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. Back to throw. Thomas. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Thomas. Then complete, right side to Cook. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On 2nd and 10, Thomas. This is caught.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Thomas. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are able to claw one back. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead.
The point after is good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Thomas. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. With a pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
To throw from his end zone. Strong. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this out past the 25. On 1st down, Strong. Running the slant, Gray with it. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. To throw on 2nd down. Strong, eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Strong. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Danny Gray with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Back to throw. Strong. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, It turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick-6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Now Thomas, a final shot before break. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong, flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
To throw on third down. Strong. Looking left sideline, it's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. On 1st and 10. Strong. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Cook again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on
on this play to move the sticks.
Looking to throw. Thomas. Had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Taken in at the 22. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Operating from the gun. Strong.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on 1st down. Strong. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bears extend their lead yet again.
The extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one is...
And now here's another interception.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. to throw. Strong. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. There he goes right side. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for 2. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And it'll be intercepted.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. First down. Strong. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. To throw again. Strong. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake. Edwards. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. Edwards swinging this out wide here for Cook. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. Room here to run. Avoiding the tackle, Bernard. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a run with Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a throw here, hauled in. On the move past the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. That's out to the left flat and complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30. They go play action here on first down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. A give to Cook out of the gun. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's got some space here. And now off
to the races down the right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Back to throw. Edwards. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole as they'll remain down by a bundle. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. A solid stiff arm. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They run it again with Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Looking to throw. Strong. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. To throw is Edwards on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Edwards now on first and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.